Welcome! We are excited to have so many students interested in the dual credit program. We wish we could meet with you in person, but due to COVID-19 safety measures, we are offering this video to share all of the important information you need to know about the dual credit program. Students are required to watch this video in its entirety and submit the Google form with their digital signature once the video has ended. We have a lot of information to cover, so let's go ahead and get started.
Hello everyone, my name is Casey Chavez and I am the coordinator of dual credit at the TCC Northeast campus. I want to take this moment to go over information regarding the dual credit partnership TCC has with the GCISD high school campuses. As I review this information, I will also answer many frequently asked questions. In addition, I will review how your student can take advantage of this opportunity during the 2021-2022 academic year and what expectations your students should anticipate as part of the dual credit program. If there is any information I failed to include, or if you need further information regarding any of the points covered, I would be happy to speak with you one-on-one. My contact information will be listed at the end of this presentation. First things first, what is dual credit? Dual credit is an opportunity for high school students to take college classes and receive both high school and college credit for the same course. TCC dual credit courses are taught by qualified college instructors using the same syllabus that is used on TCC's campuses. At Colleyville Heritage High School and Grapevine High School, dual credit classes are TCC classes for which students also receive college credit towards their high school graduation. These courses are exactly the same as the TCC courses taught on the TCC campus. Dual enrollment is another term you may hear for dual credit classes. Why take dual credit? TCC's dual credit program is a way your student can earn college credit while attending high school. Our dual credit students take college level courses taught by fully credentialed faculty. These courses satisfy high school graduation requirements and provide college credit at the same time, so you can use your high school class time more efficiently. Your ISD will award high school academic credit. TCC will award college level academic credit. As dual credit students, you are fully considered a TCC college student and have access to all the same student resources associated with that title. When dual credit students graduate from high school, they may have already completed transferable college credits, which can translate to being more successful in college for the long term. One question I'm often asked is, can I take any TCC class and get dual credit? The answer is maybe. Each high school determines which TCC classes are eligible for high school credit. You must first confirm whether or not your school will grant high school credit for a particular TCC class with your high school counselor. This chart shows what is currently credited as dual credit with Colleyville Heritage and Grapevine High Schools. When making the decision whether to take dual credit or advanced placement, or AP, while both are great options, you must consider the following and determine what would be best for you. 1. Are you ready for a college class experience, or are you more comfortable with a challenging high school course? 2. Are you ready for rigorous content, or do you prefer the structure of AP content? 3. Do you test well, or would you rather show your work over time? In a college course, you have the full semester to prove your level of academic work, and at the end of the semester, the grade you earn is the average of all the efforts you made that semester. With AP, your credit is fully determined by your ability to achieve a specific score on the end-of-term AP exam. 4. Are you ready to establish your college GPA, or do you plan to attend a four-year institution that won't accept any college credits earned during high school? 5. Do you want to transfer the maximum possible credits to a university or college, or do your academic plans require AP-weighted courses for your high school GPA? There are no right or wrong answers, but these questions are to be considered when making the decision between dual credit and AP. TCC has reciprocal transfer agreements with many institutions of higher education, both within Texas and nationally. Each TCC campus has a transfer center ready to help you navigate the credit transfer process, and as a TCC student, you have complete access to this resource. Some points to remember. First, always ask the school where you plan to complete your degree what transfer credits they accept. Secondly, all TCC dual credit classes offered at GCISD are part of the Texas Common Core, which means these are classes that all public Texas colleges and universities must accept. Lastly, It is important to know the difference between an elective credit and credits that will apply towards your degree. For assistance with this, I encourage all students to meet with a TCC academic advisor. An advisor can identify what courses, in addition to your dual credit courses, will apply towards your future academic goals. When you take dual credit courses, you are enrolling as a TCC college student. This means your dual credit classes are the beginning of your official college GPA and transcript. Dual credit grades are reported on your permanent official college transcript from TCC and will be seen by every university to which you apply. A common misperception by dual credit students is the thought because they took the course while they're in high school, it doesn't count. Unfortunately, this is very incorrect. All dual credit courses will be noted on your official college transcript, and whether you decide to continue with TCC after high school or move on to another four-year institution, your dual credit grades and academic standing will be seen and considered post-high school. One benefit of dual credit is saving on tuition and fees by accelerating time to complete an undergraduate degree. Given the steep tuition prices at most colleges and universities, higher education may seem out of reach. But what if your student could get a jump start on college credit while saving up to $15,000 on the total cost of college tuition? This chart shows the average cost for students who enrolled 15 credit hours in both fall and spring. While your dual credit student will probably not be enrolled in more than 6 hours per semester, you are still able to see the noticeable difference in tuition among TCC and local universities. To ensure success in a dual credit course, hard work will be necessary. Dual credit courses are college-level courses, and you will need to put in college-level effort to do well. A proactive awareness and deadlines is important. This applies to deadlines to submit documents, complete admission requirements, testing, and your coursework. Knowing why you want to graduate with college credit will assist you in achieving your academic goals. You wouldn't start a trip without a defined destination in mind, and you do not want to pursue your academic journey without a defined goal. Allotting study time is crucial. College courses require 2 hours of study time per credit hour, which means you will need to budget 6 hours a week to study per 1 3-hour dual credit course. College instructors welcome communication. You are your biggest advocate. Keep consistent, open communication with your instructors. If you do not understand something or want to discuss assignments further, reach out to your instructor. They are happy to hear from you. This extends to all the campus resources. Do not struggle in silence. There are multiple people and resources available to help you with various needs. Do not wait until it is too late when deadlines have passed or grades are final. If you do not know where to go for assistance, reach out to me and I'll point you in the right direction. The takeaway is this: you must be proactive with your education. So now that you have learned more about what is dual credit and you have decided it is the option for you, this next portion will discuss how you can get started and the steps required. TCC and GCISD are partnered to provide Colleyville Heritage and Grapevine High School students the dual credit program. Your counselor will schedule your dual credit classes based on the other classes in your high school schedule. The instructors, as mentioned, are TCC college instructors and have been assigned to your class by TCC. To continue in the dual credit program, you must earn a C or better in all dual credit classes. Dual credit students are TCC students and must complete the online Apply TCC admissions application prior to registering for classes. Since things do look different this year, your counselors will start assistance with the applications on February 22nd and be available throughout the week for questions, and an in-person session will be scheduled for on-campus learners only. When your application is complete, you will receive 2 emails via the email you used to apply to TCC. The first is a confirmation your application has been received, and the second will include your TCC ID number and your MyTCC email address. Keep your TCC ID number. You will need this number every time you interact with TCC, and will use your MyTCC email for all communication. If you are curious to why TCC wants to know so much about residency status, it is because TCC is a higher education public institution. It is required to collect more information about residency status than public K-12 schools. This information is used only to determine tuition status. Students with in-county residency status pay much lower tuition. Prior to taking the TSI assessment, you will need to complete the pre-assessment activity, or PAW. The PAW is a roughly 20-minute video that goes over the TSI testing format and other information. The state of Texas requires that all students who take the TSI assessment test Watch the PAW prior to testing. The PAW is completed online through the student portal, and your counselors will provide more information in completing this step when the time arises. The Texas Success Initiative, or TSI-A2, is a placement test mandated by the state of Texas for students taking classes at public higher education institutions in Texas. Your counselors will provide additional information about where you can take the TSI test. You must take the TSI assessment and achieve the college readiness classification scores before enrolling in academic dual credit classes. This slide shows the necessary college readiness classification scores needed to participate in dual credit. There are exemptions for the TSI-A2. Examples of these exemptions include specific SAT and ACT scores. This slide shows the minimum exemption scores. Students will need to download the PDF version of their score report from their College Board or ACT student site and submit as an exemption. You can see TCC's TSI testing webpage for the most current information about exempting scores. To sign up for dual credit classes, you must sign up with your high school campus through your high school counseling office. Your counselor will assign you to your dual credit class section. Since things are different this year, your high school will begin self-registration on April 26 and be available to meet with on-campus learners only that week. After registration, you should receive a confirmation email via your MyTCC email account. You can also review your TCC course schedule through your student portal. You must pay for classes each term. It is not possible to pay for the whole school year all at once. You must pay for classes by the payment deadline to avoid being dropped from the course. The deadline is usually a week before the start of classes. You can pay for classes in person at TCC Business Services Office or online through your TCC Web Advisor student portal. For your convenience, payment plans are also available and can be set up through your Web Advisor student portal. Dual credit students are not eligible for federal financial aid. However, a local TCC reimbursement grant may be available to dual credit students with demonstrated financial need. The grant has limited funding and is allocated on a first-come, first-served basis. Even if you meet eligibility requirements, the program may not have any funds to distribute. To apply for the reimbursement grant, submit the free application for Federal Student Aid, or FAFSA. The FAFSA is used by TCC financial aid offices to determine eligibility and need. Submission of the FAFSA by dual credit students should not be construed as application for federal financial aid. After you've submitted the FAFSA, see your counselor for the one-page TCC dual credit grant application. Students are required to have their class textbook on the first day of class. After you receive your dual credit schedule from your counselor and you have registered for your dual credit classes, you can buy your textbook from any TCC campus bookstore or online at the TCC bookstore website. If you rent your textbook or buy it from another retailer, be certain to buy the textbook with the correct ISBN number, as there are often multiple editions. If you have or need an IEP or 504 accommodation, all ADA paperwork, 504 IEP documentation for TCC classes, including all classes offered for dual credit on a high school campus, goes through TCC's Student Accessibility Resources, SAR, department. Accommodations are approved by the TCC SAR office. High school accommodations do not automatically transfer to college classes. If you require any form of accommodation, please notify the SAR department as early as possible. The deadline to apply is 20 business days before the first day of your dual credit class. Keep in mind that in college, it is the student's responsibility to make sure they are receiving their accommodations and that college accommodations are not retroactive. FERPA does apply to dual credit students. The Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, FERPA, is a federal law that protects the privacy of student education records. The law applies to all schools that receive funds under an applicable program of the U.S. Department of Education, such as TCC. Rights transfer solely to the student at age 18 or if the student attends a school beyond the high school level. This means that the parents of dual credit students do not have the right to access their child's academic records or communicate directly with the instructor. Students can sign the FERPA waiver of privacy, which allows TCC personnel to discuss their TCC records, including billing information, with a designated person. Parents are, however, able to view their child's school academic record, which includes information shared by TCC personnel or the instructor with high school personnel, such as the counselor. You do have to attend every single one of your TCC class sessions. There are no excused absences for TCC courses. In the event of an absence, the instructor will judge whether the student will be permitted to make up work and will decide on the time and nature of the makeup. However, the student is expressly responsible for any work missed regardless of the cause of the absence. Involvement in high school extracurricular activities does not excuse you from course responsibility or attendance. Be very proactive in your communication with your instructor. If you miss more than 15% of the class meetings, the professor has the option to drop you from class. You can drop a dual credit class. If you decide you are not ready to take the class after all, you must withdraw before the drop deadline to avoid a failing grade on your permanent college transcript. If you drop the course early in the semester, before the census date, you can avoid a W on your transcript. Be proactive in checking with your counselor about when are the terms, census, and drop dates. You may not drop a dual credit course without permission from your high school counselor. You want to check and make sure your web advisor reflects the dropped class. As we learned earlier, it is important to be proactive in your education, which is why it is important to regularly check your grades online in your web advisor student portal. Academic standing is based on a student's grade point average, GPA, and determines a student's eligibility for many benefits, including whether the student may continue to be enrolled in the college. It is the responsibility of the student to determine whether they are on good standing, probation, suspension, or dismissal by checking their academic standing on WebAdvisor. At the end of each term, an academic standing is determined based on grades earned for that term. This information is equally important for dual credit students as it is reflected on their official college transcript and will need to be reported to any institution the student attends post-high school. So, double check your gradebook and talk to your instructor regularly. If you have questions about your grades, do not wait until the end of the term. The key dates to remember for this upcoming 2021-2022 dual credit academic year. The dual credit commitment form and course request form is due February 12th. The Applied TCC sessions and assistance will take place February 22nd through the 26th and must be complete by February 26th. The supplemental documentation, such as TSI assessment testing or TSI exemptions of SAT or ACT, must be complete or submitted by March 26th. The self-registration sessions and assistance will take place April 26th through the 30th and must be complete by April 30th. Tuition payments for fall 2021 is due August 16th, and non-paid courses will be dropped from student schedules on August 17th. We have previously referenced WebAdvisor and MyTCC. WebAdvisor is TCC's online student portal for registration, transcripts, billing, and more. You can access it at wa.tccd.edu. MyTCC, or often called Blackboard, is the online class portal for TCC, which instructors use to post assignments, class updates, assessments, and grades. You do need to check your TCC email daily. You will receive all of your official TCC notifications through your TCC email account, including class changes and billing updates. You will want to set up both WebAdvisor and MyTCC as soon as you receive your TCC credentials.
After watching this video in its entirety, please complete the dual credit mandatory video form. Your digital signature is required and certifies that you have watched this video. You will also need to complete the dual credit commitment form and the dual credit course request form, which can be found on the GHS and CHHS counseling websites where you found this video. Students must be logged in with their GCISD credentials to submit these forms. Let's take some time to walk through the forms, what they mean, and how to request your desired courses. The dual commitment form provides statements so that you understand critical and key information regarding your participation in the dual credit program. Be sure to thoroughly read and mark the box that you have read and understand each statement. A copy of the form will be emailed to the student upon submission, so you can refer back to these statements anytime if needed.
Dual courses earn half of a high school credit each semester, with the exception of dual math courses, which earn one full high school math credit each semester. Dual courses are weighted on an advanced, formerly pre-AP scale, with a maximum of 5 points earned per semester course. Dual courses require a minimum number of students in order for the course to make. Classes without the minimum number of students will be canceled. English, social studies, and math courses are all paired with a fall and spring course. Professional communications, or speech, psychology, and art history are only one semester courses. Choosing one of these three options means that you must choose an additional option from those three courses. For instance, you would take speech and art, psych and speech, or art and psych. Filling out this form is a request for the courses you would like to take. It does not guarantee placement or enroll you in the TCC course. Students must meet TCC's entrance requirements to fully participate in the dual credit program. In order to fit into the GCISD A/B day schedule, students must take 2 dual credit classes each semester. This is because dual classes do not meet on an A/B day schedule. Instead, they meet on Mondays and Wednesdays and Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you will have the same dual class on Monday and Wednesday and Tuesday and Thursday every week, regardless if it is an A day or a B day. You can see in the example provided that 4th and 7th period is the same time every day, and 2nd and 5th period is the same time every day. So in the example, the junior schedule above, you will have Comp 1 every Monday and Wednesday, and U.S. History every Tuesday and Thursday, regardless if it is an A day or a B day. In the sample senior schedule, you would have U.S. Government every Monday and Wednesday, and British Literature every Tuesday and Thursday, regardless if it is an A day or a B day.
When filling out the dual credit course request form, you will mark your grade level for the next school year and be taken to the next section. You will be asked to mark the courses you prefer to take. Remember, you need to take 2 courses in the fall and 2 courses in the spring for a total of 4 courses. For example, if you want to take English and math, you will only mark those 2 options because they both contain a fall and spring course for a total of 4 courses. If you would like to take psychology and speech, for example, you will also need to mark English, social studies, or math. You will be asked to mark 2 alternate choices. This should be different from your preferred course choices. These are the classes you would like to take if for some reason the class you preferred was not offered due to low interest. First-time seniors. If you are planning on taking the English classes, this will be the only option you mark on the form. You will take 4 8-week courses, Comp 1 and 2 in the fall, and Brit-Lit 1 and 2 in the spring. Brit-Lit cannot be taken without the Comp 1 and 2 prerequisite. At the end of your course request, you will be asked if you would be willing to take a dual course on the other high school campus. For example, if you wanted to take psychology, but we only had enough students to offer it by combining CHHS and GHS students, would you be willing to travel to the other campus to take the course if it was offered there?
The window to enter 2021-22 course requests into Skyward opens on January 20th. Students at CHHS will enter dual courses into their requests if they plan on taking dual. If they do not meet the requirements for the dual program, those requests will be removed. GHS students will enter GHS courses into their requests as if they are not going to take dual classes. Once students meet the requirements for the program, counselors will change their request to dual. Now to recap, we know there's a lot of information. First, you're going to complete the dual credit mandatory video form, complete the dual credit commitment form, and then complete the dual credit course request form. All forms are due no later than February 12th, and late forms will not be accepted. Please continue to check your GCISD email and parent emails for important information on these next steps. Your TCC application instructions, TSI and testing information, and the TCC self-registration process. All of these items will also be included on each school's dual website. Please take the time to discuss the requirements and rigor of the dual credit program and decide if it's a best fit for you. If you have any questions, please reach out to your counselor. We are so excited that you took the time to listen to this information and hope you have a great spring semester.